Hey guys, so let's get ready together again. It's going to be a pretty relaxed day today, which doesn't happen often. So I am planning to milk it for all there is and do a bunch of filming because I can't really film every day. I like to film a few videos in a batch so that I maximize my time very well. I have already added a primer. This is Shiseido Refining Makeup Primer. I love this thing. This is so good. I was super surprised. It was just like hanging out. The mini was there to use. I think I'm gonna buy this in full size. It's that good. Okay, so again, today is not going to be a heavy makeup day, so I'm just going to go ahead and use my Benefit Boi-ing concealer, like you know I do. Picking it up at this point with a little spoolie, you see, because it's on its last leg. And I'm going to sort of conceal just the problem areas and leave the rest of my skin alone. Also, if you watch my channel, you know I like to do that because I am not actually a full coverage foundation kind of girl. I wear full coverage foundations like twice a year, probably. And I can do that. I sheer them out. I use them. I use full coverage foundations, but I do sheer them out because it's just not necessary for me to have full coverage. And I urge you, if your skin is not super problematic and if you're not, you know, on film, if it's not part of your job to be like photographed and filmed, there's not really a big gain to be gained from wearing a full coverage foundation. Concealing sort of problem areas with a good coverage concealer can give you a really nice effect and really help with the imperfections, but the problem is that then you end up looking quite cakey, and the makeup, you can see it on the skin. The more makeup there is, the more you can see it on the skin. It's just the nature of makeup. There, of course, technology had given us foundations that are, you know, less visible, but it doesn't mean that you can't see them, especially as you wear them down. You know, things start sort of traveling or looking funky. So what you see me do is just take a very thin, small amount of concealer and just apply to the areas of general redness and lightly spread it out. That's what I'm doing. It's really easy to work with a blendable creamy concealer, and then you get really decent coverage, but my cheeks, where I don't really need coverage, the periphery of my face, none of that has really any concealer. So say if I wear a turtleneck, it's not going to rub off everywhere, and it looks more or less like skin because I've only used the product where I really needed it. All right, next, I think I'm going to pull for this guy. This is BECCA's Lowlight Sculpting Perfector. It's a good product. It's not amazing. It's just good. It does look like a contour for sure, and I'm applying it with my finger. You see, I will apply it in the contour area and then lightly blend. It is quite blendable, but for me, this product is not the best wearing product I can think of, you know? It wears well, but it does disappear, and oftentimes, unless I really powder it down, not in the most graceful manner. Like slightly patchy and just, you know, it doesn't wear gracefully, so to say. So this is kind of the difference. You see that I added a little bit of color, and this is just sitting on my natural skin, obviously, because I didn't put product on it. And I'm just going to do this same thing to the other side. And I'm going to do the same thing around my forehead, just to sort of shape correct. If you have a high forehead, you will understand. Just gives you a little bit more of a halo effect, a little bit more dimension. I'm going to take my Illamasqua brow cake in the color Thunder, and as always, lightly line my brows. Today we're not doing the statement brow or any such thing. It's just adding a little bit more density to the brow, that's all. See, I'm not even shaping my brows today. I'm not filling in on top or the bottom. I'm just basically filling them in. That's all I'm doing. I'm going to set my brows with the Milani brow gel, And again, just brush them through. As you can see, I'm going for a super, super natural brows today. I'm giving them absolutely zero definition. Nothing extra whatsoever. I'm going to take my Naked Pigment from MAC, dip my flat shadow brush right in there, and go over my lid. Next, I'm going to take my MAC single eyeshadow in Copperplate. This is a matte shadow and it's really nice and soft. I'm going to define my crease with it very, very lightly. So this is the kind of look we're going for, like very soft and hazy and unassuming. Now I'm going to take my Lancôme Crayon brown pencil and basically give myself a little bit of definition at the lash line. This can be very, very pretty if you use a dark brown shadow and blow it out just a little bit. But for me, I'm not even doing a cat eye. I'm just basically lining the top lash line. That's all I'm doing in a very unassuming, minimal way. And this is the kind of look I'm talking about, really super thin line and just a little bit of definition in the crease. I'm going to take my NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat Powder Foundation. I'm going to use it as a setting powder, not to add coverage, but because I'm going to take a super fluffy brush and a very small amount of that powder and just fix in place where I've put my concealer. So the whole point of powder here is not to give you coverage, but just to give you extra assurance that your concealer is going to stay put. And your, like I said, the contour really is what I want to set, because that contour unfortunately is not very long wearing without being set. I'm going to add a little bit of color and take my Illamasqua blush in Katie. This is like a nude blush for me basically. I'm picking up a very small amount. It's quite a densely pigmented blush, but it's very light. So for, you know, for us very light skinned people out there, this is actually a really good color. And I'm going to build up a little bit of a flush. And you see, I'm not really doing anything super intense. I don't think with this kind of a color you really can. And I think anybody darker than light probably is not going to enjoy this blush because it has a lot of white base. So it is like white base pink. So I think if you're dark skin toned or even medium skin tone can probably already start getting a little bit of like gray ashiness from it, just because it's a white base blush. But on really light skin, I think it's really beautiful. Gives you like a super, super cute little flush. I am going to add a little bit of highlight, and I'm using my Korres Mineral Illuminating Powder. That is no longer in my project pan, but I still like the way it looks, obviously. So I do want to add a little bit of glow, just a little bit of very, very natural glow. It's a loose product, so obviously puffs up everywhere. This is what we're talking about. Really unassuming, basic, and very pretty. Just how I like it. I want to throw on some mascara and then figure out what kind of a lip I want with this look. This is a super basic natural look with which any lip will look fly, but I think I want something happy and bright today, kind of like what I'm feeling. And I'm going to do a bright lip, like I said. I'm going to use my Clinique Rose Pop. It's a sort of satin matte lipstick, and it's a very pretty pop of color. Sort of a pinkish, reddish awesomeness. And as I go, I'm softening the edge of the lipstick with my finger. I'm going to take a cotton bud and just soften that edge. That's it for today. This is a super easy look. If you want to make it super daytime appropriate and less pow, just throw on a soft gloss. That's all there is to it. Here obviously lipstick is really the focal point of the entire look, and the rest of it is super basic, so you can just pretty much change it however you like. That's it for today. I hope it was fun for you to get ready together. I hope everybody has a fabulous day. See you guys later. Bye bye.